Please rise, and Trustee Carroll, would you please listen to the pledge?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. And Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Sure. Trustee Clark.
Present.
Trustee Carroll.
Present.
Trustee DeCosta.
Present.
Clerk Reyes is here. Supervisor Wilt.
Here. And
Trustee Heilenbach.
he has to be excused for illness. All righty. First order of business is the approval of the minutes of the January 14th board meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion by Trustee Carroll, second by Trustee DeCosta to approve the minutes of January 14th board meeting. Are there any additions, corrections, questions?
Yes, I have a correction. And it is on page 3, under the supervisor report. And the second line where it says the second installment of property tax bills, would that be the first installment?
It's actually the second installment for 2024.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right,
we're billed in arrears, so.
okay, all right. I apologize,
Is it? No, I'm sorry, you're right, it is the first installment.
because it's March.
Yeah, right.
So it'd be
March
the
and then
first-
August.
And August.
Correct.
Okay, so that should be.
Yes, I probably made that mistake when I said it, but. Okay. Thank you. Are there any other corrections or additions? Hearing none, then all in favor of accepting the minutes of January 14th, please signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Then we have the minutes of February 4th, the Committee of the Whole. What is your pleasure?
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes of February 4th.
I have a motion to accept. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion by Trustee Carroll, second by Trustee DeCosta to accept the minutes of the February 4th meeting of the Committee of the Whole. Are there any additions, corrections, discussion? Hearing none, then all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Thank you. We'll move on to new business and the community partnerships. I would ask that each organization have someone step to the podium, introduce yourself, and just give us a brief summary of what it is that you're looking for. So first up is Access to Care.
Good evening. My name is Kimberly Mertz, and I am the COO for Access to Care. For over 30 years now, Access to Care has been providing primary health care services to low-income, uninsured, or underinsured residents of suburban Cook County. And we've been doing this by providing 3 main pieces: the ability to see a doctor for $5, the ability to receive lab and radiology services for $5 a test, and the ability to receive prescription medication for $15 to $40 for a 30-day supply. And those 3 benefits are available to all members on our program in an unlimited as-needed basis. In addition to that, we also have a behavioral health component. We have an opioid risk management program in place, and we're able to provide flu and pneumonia vaccines for free. I think the most important piece about Access to Care is that we provide medical services to those that are not eligible for anything else. So they're not eligible for Medicaid, they're not eligible for Medicare, they do not have any other type of medical coverage. So they have either been going to the emergency room when they're sick, bless you, or they just haven't been seeking care at all. And that's what we see when people join our program, that they are sicker than most. 59% of our members that join our program come to us with a chronic illness. They are joining with a chronic illness. 25% of those that come to us are receiving medications for 3 diseases, at least 3 diseases, a quarter of those people on our program. And 25% of our members are diabetic, which is double that of the national average. So they are coming to us ill, and most of them because they have not had medical coverage someplace else. All of our members are also screened for social determinants of health, so we are a referral source for them and for all of suburban Cook County residents. You don't need to be a member of our program to call us, and we are going to try to connect you with another community-based organization that may be able to help you with something that we don't. In addition to that, we have now been attending the North Riverside Community Council meetings so that we can try to connect with some other organizations specific to your area. And most recently, we've collaborated with North Riverside Library. And so they are going to help us start to enroll people and identify people in your community that can use access to care. Last year, we served more than 6,000 individuals in suburban Cook County. It was probably the most individuals that we had never seen before since I've been with them. I've been with them since 1990. And so last year, more people came to us that had never been on access to care and knew nothing about us. A grant of $5,000 from Riverside Township would provide care to 7 to 8 people in this area, and they would again have those unlimited benefits through access to care. Does anyone have any questions? I know I've been here before, and I think I've met most of you before.
Any questions?
You said that this 5,000 covers 7 to 8 Riverside Township residents. Do you have more than 7 to 8 Riverside Township residents or not?
If we don't at this moment, I don't believe, I pulled a report before I left, but we do receive state funding. We receive funding through foundations. So if there were more, we would definitely, try to serve them with the additional funding that we receive. It wouldn't be limited based on your 5,000.
I make a motion that we approve this grant.
Okay, thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion by trustee Clark, seconded by trustee DeCassola, to award a $5,000 partnership to the Suburban Primary Health Care Council, Access to Care. And that would, $5,000. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes,
Thank you.
motion is carried, thank you. Sorry, just let me do the paperwork. All right, the next applicant is Aging Care Connections.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Colleen Pelicant, and I am the Director of Social Services at Aging Care Connections. Thank you for inviting me to be here tonight to talk briefly about the work our organization does for the communities we serve. For more than 53 years, Aging Care Connections has provided older adults, caregivers, and families with the information and resources they need to remain living and thriving in their own communities. Aging Care Connections provides a long list of programs and services, including information and assistance, options counseling, benefits assistance, housing assistance, home repair, comprehensive care coordination, transitional care, the community care program, chore housekeeping, special diet home delivered meals, congregate dining, adult protective services, caregiver support, support for grandparents raising grandchildren, and the Aging Well neighborhood. Staff talk and meet with people over the phone, in their homes, in area hospitals and skilled care facilities, at our offices, and at the Riverside Township Community Resource Center as well. In all of these areas, we provide information on available resources, complete comprehensive person-centered assessments, develop individualized care plans, provide linkages to needed services, enrollment assistance, and ongoing follow-up, care, and attention so that older adults get the support they need to remain in their homes for as long as possible. I'm happy to take any questions you may have, or if not, I'd just like to once again thank Riverside Township for its ongoing partnership and support for the work we do at Aging Care Connections.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is, are there any questions first?
I make a motion that we grant Aging Care Connections their $5,000.
I have a motion by trustee Clark. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by trustee Carroll.
Thank you so much.
And any discussion?
you.
Then I'm sorry. Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes.
I think that's everybody.
Motion carried. Thank you. Okay. Very good. The next is Best Buddies. Their representative is unable to be here, but they gave us the opportunity to ask any questions in advance, so what would be your pleasure?
I make a motion that we grant this $5,000 to Best Buddies.
Okay. And you want to make it?
This is at
as a-
Hauser now, too, isn't it?
This is at Hauser at, ouch.
NRB, right? Hauser
Yes,
NRB.
it is at three schools. As a matter of
Say there
fact,
was
it's in the
one-
details, and it even says how many. Hauser, Central, and RB.
Right.
And they have quite a few participants in all of them. They have 20, 30, and 58 participants enrolled in the chapters.
And from last year, I think I remember they were still trying to get into the other schools. They just couldn't find was it a liaison or
Right,
something, or-
right. They were fortunate to have a teacher at Central who was.
Correct.
Who was real familiar with it, so
Right.
went into it,
They
so,
were still trying to get in though. Okay.
right. All right, what is your pleasure?
I'll make a
I think I
motion.
made a
I
motion.
think you made the motion.
Did you make a
didn't-
motion? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So I think you're a second.
Okay.
I think I don't
Do you
think we
have-
had a
do you have
second.
that?
Do we have a second?
I don't
We
think,
don't have a
I'll
second yet.
second.
All right.
There you go, now you got it.
Trustee Carroll seconds. I have a motion by trustee Clark, seconded by trustee Carroll. I will abstain from this as I'm related to the state director. So, any discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
yes.
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Abstain.
You know, you guys don't have to stick around.
You may leave if you want, but
We
you're
don't hold you
welcome,
captive
you're welcome to
after.
stay, but you don't.
Okay.
Okay. That was carried.
Joy in the process as much.
Thank you very much. Motion was carried on that, so that is that was $5,000 to Best Buddies as well. Okay. Next, we have Riverside Arts Weekend.
All right, good evening, everyone. Glad to see you all again.
Welcome.
Same time last year, same time now. I'm Charlotte Zia. I'm president of the Riverside Arts Weekend. I've been in this role since 2022. And just to refresh your memories from previous years, the Riverside Arts Weekend has been around since 2008 with the mission to educate, inspire, and excite residents and visitors with art and spectacle to lead to a greater understanding and appreciation of art and the creative process. We include a juried art fair. We have what we used to call our spectacle, which is our community art activity. We have children's activities, live music performance, and food as well for the community and the surrounding area. It is a free event, and it is this year will be held June 7th and 8th.
Oh, 8th and 9th. Isn't it the 8th and 9th? That's what it says on the flyer.
No, that's last year's
Oh, that's
flyer.
last year's,
As an
okay.
example, I always like to put in some of the past, photos from the past year for, to show you the support. So that gives you an example of the poster and how we recognize our sponsors. And so your donation or grant of $1,500 would go towards our musical and performance activities. In the materials I provided, I kind of outlined how much it actually costs for just the musical performances alone. That's about $3,500 to have 6 performances throughout the weekend, plus there's an additional cost that run somewhere between $3,000 to $4,000. That includes like our electric for the stage, our sound engineer, and even, you know, the stage and tent, et cetera. So that's just that piece. The whole event costs close to $20,000 to put on. And so we really are always looking for donors and sponsors, especially those that are local and community-focused, to be part of our support efforts to continue to have a successful Riverside Arts Weekend. Any questions?
Just for our viewers at home, do you want to tell them the dates again of the?
It is June 7th and 8th, so that is a Saturday and Sunday, so the first full week of June this year.
Very good. Are there any questions?
Would we have the same, I noticed last year, we had like a little poster or plaque or something around some fences
Yeah.
saying that we were a sponsor, so is this $1,500 a platinum sponsor again? And will we have those posters out?
Yes, our sponsor, we changed up the names of the levels this year again. So we went back to platinum, gold, silver, bronze, crystal. And so this is a gold sponsorship. So yes, there would be logo on the official poster, display advertising at the event. There's space for materials at our information booth. So if the township has something specific that they'd like to be able to get out to the community, we can provide that there. And we also post the logo for all our sponsors on our website to recognize their contributions. And then new, we're going to have a program event flyer, just a two-pager that will have sort of the activities of the week, our sponsors, and then all our lists of all our artists, and drive everybody also back to our website where they can get further details. So that's kind of a new piece that we're bringing in to try to have more tangible, beyond the day recognition for our sponsors.
Very good.
Okay, so the $1,500 then we would be a gold sponsor
Yes,
this year?
yeah, we just
instead
changed,
of
yeah,
a
we
platinum.
changed the names, yeah, this year.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
I do not.
Then what is your pleasure?
I'll make a motion that we enter into a community partnership with Riverside Arts Weekend in the amount of $1,500 for June 7th and 8th.
I have a motion by trustee DeCassola. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
I have a second by trustee Carroll. Is there any other discussion? Then Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Clark,
Yes.
trustee DeCosta,
Yes.
trustee Carroll,
Yes.
supervisor Wilt.
Yes. Motion is carried.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Appreciate it.
Okay. And finally, we have the Riverside Arts Center.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thanks so much for letting me speak tonight. I am Ann Filmer, and I am the new Executive Director of the Riverside Arts Center. And for 32 years, we have been located in downtown Riverside, where we provide year-round arts programming through our professional exhibitions in our Free Art Gallery and our Flex Space, and of course at the Riverside Town Hall. And we also provide arts education programming year-round to teens and adults and youth and families, both in-house and then also at area schools and in public places. And we also are a center for community pride and connection and collaboration. Our 2025 expenditures will be $216,400, and we are asking for community partnership of $10,000 to help support our 2025 operations. And specifically, the funds would be used to provide funding for our teen summer youth employment program, where we hire teens to work as artists and teaching artists in our summer and youth camps. We are also asking for funding for our for youth education and community partnership support, both in the Creativity Fest, which will happen again this year in April, 2 dates on the 12th and the 19th, and then also for partnerships such as One Book at Central School. Also, we are asking for exhibition support, so we can provide, through exhibitions, we provide professional development and showcase to over 100 artists. And we are so honored for all the past support, and I'm open for any specific questions you may have.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the board?
I
Trustee
have
Kozlov?
one question, please. How many teens will that employ?
So that should employ, we also get a match, a grant from the Illinois Arts Council to help support. So that funding has gone down, so I think we're able to hire 2 teenagers this year. Instead, it's usually
full-
between 2 and 3.
How many hours approximately would that be?
Oh,
for-
that is a fantastic question. I believe they work, they're given minimum wage, and they will work in our summer program. I believe it's for a period of 10 weeks, and oh gosh, I don't have my calculator here. I think it's from 10 to 20 hours a week.
What is Creativity Fest?
Oh, sure. The Creativity Fest, I believe it didn't happen in 2024, but this will be our 3rd, I believe. And Creativity Fest is when youth and families, we provide an activity. So it'll be on Saturday, April 12th and the 19th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. And we will have artists work with families and young people, and they will create an art project. We're going to have a multimedia project and I think a painting project. And then those creations, I believe we'll have places for 60 in all of them to be displayed in the town hall through the month of, I think, May, or is it May through June? Yeah. So they'll create an art project, and then those art projects will be shown.
And then what is One Book at Central School?
Sure. Kendra may be able to speak better to that. I'm brand new, and are you able to speak to that? Can we switch?
Sure.
I think,
If
sorry.
yeah. Please, just identify yourself for the TV.
Anna's jumping right in as our brand new executive director. Hello, my name is Kendra Kurikana, and I'm the president of the board, parent, resident of Riverside, artist. And I wanted to explain a little bit more about partnerships. So last year, we were sponsored the Artist in Resident program at Ames Elementary School, where we served 400 students and created a collaborative permanent installation in one of the new hallways of Ames. So what we're trying to do each year is work with a different school within the district to provide free engagement in the arts and arts education. This year, we are working with Central Elementary School on their One Book, One School program, which is essentially, it's a program that happens across the entire district. Each school works with parents and teachers to pick a book. That book is provided to every family in their preferred language at home. And over the course of an entire month, young people and their families read a little bit of the book each day and then come back to school for classroom discussion. There are a variety of activities, including a spirit week and an assembly, that happen throughout this 4-week period. This program is happening now, and Riverside Art Center is partnering with Central this year on an art contest. So every family reading the book is invited to work together to create an original artwork that relates to the theme and the characters of the book. In a few weeks, those artworks will be brought to Central, and we are working with the community to select, to honor all of the students who participated in the program and their families, and also to select a variety of prizes, including best in each grade, best of show, but then also best family collaboration, most collaborative, most inventive, and there are about 15 different categories, so that as many students as possible who have participated walk away feeling pride in the work that they did with their families in connection to literacy. So this really is art education that is promoting family reading and literacy and working in deep partnership with many students at Central Elementary School.
Do you know what book they're reading?
Yes, they're reading a book called Crenshaw, which is by Christina Applegate. I think I'm getting that. Sounds very similar to a celebrity.
Bless you.
But the book was selected. It explores themes of economic hardship within families and families facing homelessness, and the power of creativity and creative thinking and the imagination to build resilience and fortitude in young people who are experiencing hardship. And it centers around a young boy and his imaginary friend who shows up to be with him through his family's hardship. So we're also working with the school on a food drive for the Riverside Pantry that coincides with the art contest. And that's one example of a district partnership that the Riverside Art Center has been doing with schools each year, and we're hoping that as we build out and bolster our education programs beyond the space at Riverside into the community, to build on the town hall exhibitions, to build on these school-based partnerships, that we can really work with the community to see the connection between the power of creativity to navigate the world in which families and children and artists are living. And we believe strongly in the power of creativity to be a source, a tool for young people and for adults alike, not just artists who work as professionals, but also anyone who engages in creative practice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yes, please, I have a follow-up to my question. The teens that are employed through our possible partnership, are they township residents?
Yes, so in the past for this program, and our funding through the Arts Council did decrease in part, we believe, due to the reduction in funding statewide in the arts. The teens that we worked with for the last, I don't know how many years we've had this grant, but it's been many years, have actually been young people who have in the area who have come up through the arts programs, exhibitions in the space, art camps and art workshops as young people. Last year, 100% of our 3 teens that we paid to work alongside our teaching artists and in the galleries had taken classes as young people and live in the area. So we're not bringing folks in from out of, I would say, the RBHS. There may have been one student from Brookfield, but the rest of the students were here, had grown up here in Riverside, and were pursuing creative degrees in college.
So will the ones that you're going to hire this summer be from Riverside Township?
We have not started our hiring process, kind of contingent on funding, but we certainly want to focus on serving the community that RAC serves, which is our immediate community.
Okay. Any other questions? Thank you. What is your pleasure?
I'll make a motion that we join a community partnership with them.
Okay. Oh, and at the $10,000 level, as requested.
Yeah, unless
Yeah.
that exceeds.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's, I just wanted to verify. I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion by trustee Carroll, seconded by trustee DeCassola, to approve the community partnership with Riverside Arts Center in the amount of $10,000. Any more discussion? Hearing none, then Clerk Reyes, will you please call the roll?
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes. Motion is carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Something like
Again.
Okay.
that. Rezoning.
All right. Next on the agenda is a special event request. And there's two of them. And let's see. Let's find it in the materials. Okay, first one is for an event on June 21st, a graduation party, and they plan to serve alcohol and food, so they are coming before the board to request this permission, and they are aware of the insurance requirement and the fees, as you see on the sheet. What is your pleasure?
I'll make a motion that we accept the special use request for Saturday, June 21st, 2025, with the insurance and
Okay,
coverage.
all right. I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Motion by trustee DeCassola, seconded by trustee Clark. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, then would you please call the roll, trustee? I'm sorry, Clerk Reyes?
Sure. Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes. Motion is carried. Next, we have the St. Elmo Commandery 64, which is a part of the Masonic Lodge with whom we partner for our shred events. And you'll note that they are not only requesting the use and alcohol service, but and that would be through a vendor, but they also are asking for a waiver of the rent in return for, they don't charge us anything, and they're always.
Will they
out
still
there.
get the insurance, though?
Yes, they, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely then.
I think we should approve this and waive their fees because they are so good to us for the shredding event,
Right.
Absolutely.
that this, would be a nice way to give something back to them.
Right. I hope they have better success. Last year, they tried this, and they didn't have a very big crowd, but I think they're trying to build some momentum.
Should we still have to put it into motion, though, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I'll make the motion that we approve the special use request for St. Elmo Commandery 64 for August 23rd, 2025, to waive the fees pending the insurance approval.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by trustee DeCassola, seconded by trustee Carroll, to approve the request for special use on August 23rd, 2025, by the St. Elmo Commandery 64 of the Masonic Lodge, and to approve the waiver of rental fees, but to require the alcohol insurance. Any discussion? Hearing none, then Clerk Reyes, please call the roll.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes, motion is carried. All right, next item is the approval to pay certain township bills electronically. We write checks for virtually everything. We have gone to, recently, we went with one of our insurance policies where the check kept getting lost. And then, we were pursued. And so we went to an electronic payment. I'd like to do this as well with, oh my gosh, who is it that that keeps getting lost now? Oh my goodness. There's a, I think it may be our more insurance, let me see. I'm terribly sorry. Oh, it's actually our credit card. Our credit card is, it's usually due about the 20th. It's kind of a tight turnaround from our meeting, and so I don't want to waive that. I mean, on utilities, we have the agreement that we can pay before the meeting, but on a credit card, I don't want to do that. But it would always be approved in time to make it electronically. I've set it up at the bank already so that they would be a payee, but I wanted this board's approval to not actually sign a physical check, but to do it by electronic ACH, basically.
There's no issue with that, is there?
No, there's.
I don't believe so, no.
No.
What was your question, John?
There's
I
no
didn't think
issue
there
with
was a
that.
problem. I was just asking the
Yeah.
smartest guy in the room.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
Or
as,
me.
I think more of our bills are going to need to be going that way.
yeah, I think as much
I would
as,
think so.
as many bills as possible that we can pay electronically would be great, because that, saves time and money and.
Absolutely. Now, we've had 2 months in the last quarter when we got a penalty because we sent it on time, but they didn't get it. And then sometimes it sits in a pile at the company.
I have absolutely no problem with that. I was just kind of curious on the one, what is it, 1 month? Is it November?
November, we meet late,
We
but
meet
we're
late, but
still,
you would still-
we still can meet before then. But if I see that the deadline's going to be
It's-
different, yeah.
I don't think it's a big issue, but that's the slightest concern I have. Other than that, I'm good with
All right. I just,
trying to get it electronic.
because it's not our custom, I wanted to make
Right.
sure that the board.
And then for that month that we meet late November, we could always approve it in October, couldn't we?
We wouldn't know the
Well,
amount at that point.
Depends on what was accrued, correct?
Yeah, we usually don't get the bill that quickly.
Right.
We get it usually the first week in the month or so.
Well, could we approve it, like pay up to a certain amount or pay up to whatever that amount is or something? I don't.
Probably.
Can we do
Let's
that, Mike?
we can cross that bridge when we get there, too.
I don't think it's even,
With an ACH, it should be almost an instant transfer. It appears that our bank will do an electronic transfer, and it won't be a mailed check, which sometimes happens, but to
okay.
somebody like this, it would be an electronic and ACH. So, we can deal with that if I see that happens in November. But could I have a motion just to approve this then?
Sure, I'll make a motion that we approve the ability to pay bills electronically, specifically the credit card, and what was the other one?
Well, we've already approved
Oh,
the Delta Dental, we do that way.
Okay. Well, then, the credit card bill should be paid electronically. That's my motion.
Thank you. I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Motion by trustee Carroll, seconded by trustee DeCassola to approve the payment of the credit card, business card bill to Bank of America on an ACH basis, on an electronic basis. Any discussion? Then Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes, motion is carried. Thank you very much. Okay, next we have communications.
There were no communications.
Okay. The reports, supervisor's report, it's very brief. There was nothing outside of the routine this month. I keep tweaking the budget as more information is available, and in accordance with the discussion we had at our committee of the whole, we will be focusing on the needs of the town hall repairs and upgrades in the coming budget over other expenditures. No tax money has come our way yet, although the bills are out. I expect most to come to us during March, as the due date is March 4th. I had one emergency assistance award and one new GA client approved, and I have had several inquiries, and one new application came in today for general assistance. That's about all I have, but if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Okay.
Thank you.
Assessor asked to be excused tonight. Trustees reports, Trustee DeCassola.
Thank you, Supervisor. No report.
Thank you. Trustee Harrell?
No report, thank you.
Okay. And Trustee Clark?
Yes, we had 230 people attend exercise class in January. We also did a pizza lunch for the seniors in January, which they all really appreciate that. And there are some new bills that are going through the legislature that are going to concern townships. Don't know yet which ones are going to be the really hot ones, but I will keep everybody informed. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
If I may, I have a question.
Yes.
For Trustee Clark. Regarding the senior exercise program, do we know of any seniors in the township that would like to attend but don't have transportation?
No?
Nobody's asked about that.
Okay. And I didn't mean to exclude you from.
No, that's okay, yeah.
That's, yeah.
Is that something that there's a concern about?
No.
He's offering to drive.
When the day comes that I am no longer employed, yes, I would be more than happy to. No, the number you just reported to us struck me, and I was just, it seems to be doing very well. I was just wondering if it could do even better if we needed transportation.
I've never heard of anybody ask for transportation, and one of our seniors rides her bikes, rain, shine,
Snow.
snow.
Ice.
She warms up before she gets here.
Yeah,
she
That's
does.
good.
so
Okay.
I've never heard that to be of a concern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and can I just mention that Lobby Day is Tuesday, April 29th, and the treasurer is having a party for all township officials the night before at their new building.
Oh,
What?
Might be able to
Dave
split the
lobby day?
baby on that one.
Uh,
Go down
Tuesday,
to
April
the day
29th.
job, do the other job at night.
And then the treasurer's hosting a party for all township officials on Monday, April 28th.
oh, good that. Okay, thank you very much for that report. Mental Health Board, we have nothing from them here. And they have canceled, they had a budget meeting for tomorrow, and because of the pending snow, they've decided to cancel that. So if anybody was planning to attend that budget meeting for the Mental Health Board, it is canceled for tomorrow, the 12th. Any unfinished business? Discussion of the 2025 to 2026 township budget. As I said, I already reported that the direction that the town board wants to go is to set aside more money towards the repairs in this building. And so I don't think that there's anything else unless anybody has any points to make about the township budget at this point. It's still a work in progress.
Correct, yeah.
And for informational purposes, the deadline to request agenda items for the annual town meeting is March 1st. The actual town meeting will be on Tuesday, April the 8th. And that is the date set by law. And that would be at 6:01 PM. And I expect that we will probably have a budget hearing before that, and then our regular town board meeting after that. But if you have any points to make, any agenda items for the annual town meeting, please get them to the township office by March 1st. B is Lobby Day, which we've already heard about as well, and you have a flyer in your materials. So we have come to the point of approval of warrants. And Trustee DeCassola, would you like to present the warrants?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to make a motion that the board authorize and ratify payment of the bills identified on the general warrant February 2025 in the amount of $353.53 as presented to the board this 11th day of February 2025.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion by trustee DeCassola, seconded by trustee Clark, to approve the general warrants for February 2025 in the total amount of $22,353.53. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none. Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes, motion is carried.
And I'd like to make a motion that the board ratify and authorize payment of the amounts indicated on the following warrants. Utility warrant, February 2025, in the amount of $1,984. Payroll warrant in the amount of $20,839.58. Health warrant in the amount of $3,436.10. Petty cash, the amount of $138.89. General assistance, $6,829.89. Township radio players, $180. And food pantry warrant, the amount of $690.78. All of the above as presented to the board this 11th day of February 2025.
Thank you. I have a motion for the assorted warrants from trustee DeCassola. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion by trustee DeCassola, seconded by trustee Carroll, to approve the following warrants for February 2025. Utility warrant in the amount of $1,984. Payroll warrant in the amount of $20,839.58. The health warrant in the amount of $3,436.10. The petty cash warrant in the amount of $138.89. General assistance warrant in the amount of $6,829.89. Township radio players in the amount of $180. Food pantry warrant in the amount of $690.78. And I apologize for that last one being a last-minute substitution. I had to go shopping today. So, those warrants being moved and seconded, do I hear any discussion? Hearing none, would you please call the roll?
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Trustee Carroll.
Yes.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes, motion is carried. And with that, are there any public comments? And we have no one left here. And then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'd just like to
Yes.
say to the family of Joe Doria, we're so sorry for your loss. You know, he was a great guy, and he trained all the people that film our meetings, so we're very sorry.
Thank you, I just heard that this evening as well. I'm very sorry to hear that. Thank you, may he rest in peace. And anything else before the board? If not, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Oh, second?
Motion by trustee DeCassola, seconded by trustee Clark to adjourn this meeting. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Thank you.